All right, how to make letters in Cinema 4D. So let me take away this cube right here. Let's start. All right, so I'm not sure about Yuval's version, but in this one, and tell me if it's different. I have this right here, text. So click on the text. I guess there's text and text spline. And I have this right here. All right. So if we go over to our basic, we have our name, which is this, coordinates, object, right? And this is where all the action is, right? So we have depth. And all you have to do really for a lot of this stuff is just go in and move the sliders. Depth, you say, oh, okay, what does that do? We have subdivision. So if we move the depth, then we have the segments it creates in the middle. Right? Then we have text spline, and that's what does it say? So this says text, but I can make it say texty. And as soon as you move, that's when it updates. You know? Yes. So it works also, you can see the uppercase and lowercase. So uppercase A, lowercase. All right. Well, let me not go that far back, right? Okay. Then we have our font right here. So these are fonts. Some of them I'm downloaded from DA font. And I'll show you how to add a new font if you need to. So we have this. As you can see, it makes, has a bold option. What else? Yeah, and some look better than others. Some can work. Some you'll have to modify in order for them to look good. But something like this should look all right. If we do like a quick render. Oh, no lights. I figured still do it. Maybe that's only for standard render. Anyway, so we can change everything we want right here. And text wise, let me leave it on something nice. Now I want something sort of round. Like this. Okay. So we have our height right here. You can see what it's doing, giving us a scale. On this right here, it's aligning to the left. So it's looking at it like text in Photoshop. If I go to middle, it'll be in the middle, right on the right. Horizontal spacing. As you can see, that's what this is doing. Vertical spacing. Thought I'd see a change. Do not. Not sure why. I don't think it's that important. Actually, I don't really mess with this right here, but I will check it out. Let's just see what natural does. Uniform. Oh, okay. It's the spacing of the points. So it's evenly spacing them out with uniform. So that could be cool, but I guess when it gets into a certain section, this font isn't doing it. That can probably be bad because there'll be I guess it depends on how the letters created. Adaptive, yeah, like adaptive, it'll say, all right, we don't need a space, we don't need a lot of segments here, but for this, because it's rounded, it'll need more. So okay, adaptive seems to be the best. That's probably why it's the default. This right here, not sure as well. Never use this. All right, then we have this right here, show 3D GUI. Could have sworn the There's another menu that shows up. I'm sure I'm missing something. But usually this guide will come up where you can like adjust the letters, scale them, move them. Not sure why I'm not seeing it now. Oh, okay, here it is. So to put it in object mode. All right, so we can click on our letter, and if you go to the arrow, it'll stretch it. And then we can take this down here and we can move it. I believe we could rotate it. See, anyway, we can keep all the letters together, but we can manipulate it here as well. So if I want it a little bit taller, yeah. And so that's what this is right here. We have caps. So caps are just like the other extrusions. If we take off a cap, we have nothing. So we could have it hollow like this. And then this might be something cool where we could take it and kind of hollow it out and then give it like a extrusion. Matter of fact, if I take this right now and copy this, I guess I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I could make this hollow right here. And then I could press C to make it editable. And then I can go over here to these faces. And then I guess I'd have to do each one individually. Where's my rectangle selection? I'm experimenting right now. All right, that might be something I might investigate a little bit later. What I was going to do is I was going to try to extrude this and then flatten it out. But like I said, something I'll explore later. All right, anyway, so we have our caps right here. So we can put them on, put them off. And then we have our fillet kind of option. And so this is why the segments part is important, because if you fillet too much, it'll start to pinch like this, which isn't really good. So we want to avoid things like this. So when the lines start crossing each other or going into each other, not a good thing. So you want to keep things nice before that point. Okay. So we have these segments right here, which control the roundness of the fillet. Shape depth. You can see the effect this is having. So yeah, we can get a lot of cool looks out of this. Avoid self-intersections, because that's basically what that was before. So with this off, you can see what happens. It starts to hurt itself. But you can also hurt it too. Bevel outside. So bevel that as well. But that can also give you another look. And then there's cap type. We can have Ngon, which is the face with a bunch of sides to it. Quadrangles, which are quads and triangles, which can work. This right here tries to adapt. And this is good in case we have to make them dynamic for whatever reason. Make them bounce on the ground. And there's regular grid. let's just stick to Ngon right now. It's pretty much it. Oh, and then there's this right here, which this has to do with materials, because there's a cap, which is this right here, and then there's the round, which is this part right here. Actually, I can't remember off the break what this part is. But yeah, I'll go into that when we add materials, because you can assign materials to different sections. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the stuff that we need to do for this. But this is how we construct our letters. And like I said, we can always go back, and I mean, until like right now we can do this. But once we start doing other operations, like let's say manipulating it a little bit more, we can't manipulate the text any longer. But right now, we can still do stuff like add another letter, and we could duplicate it, and we still have that control. But until we make it editable, yeah, this is how we construct our letters.